kickoff rule change. Go.
All right, so here's what we need to know. First of all, it's going to look very different. There's going to be no longer a 5-yard head start for the coverage team. So they're going to basically be a yard off the ball and kind of start from there, maybe making it a little more difficult for some of the coverage teams to actually get down there and cover. That's one thing that is going to be noticeable right off the bat. There's also going to be no motion, no kind of shifting and running around before the kickoff, maybe making it easier to kind of see where these guys are coming from. That's going to be a noticeable difference as well. Wedge blocking is basically going to be outlawed, so you're going to see no double teams downfield. Obviously, those end up as violent collisions. Certainly something we've been accustomed to seeing in kickoffs. Dangerous. That's something we're not likely to see anymore. And then the actual touchback is going to look different as well. It's going to resemble more the college rule of once it hits the turf, once it hits the ground, it is immediately a touchback rather than a player catching it, cradling, actually downing it. The hope is that it eliminates some of these big collisions. And one thing that, listening to Judy actually describe this, it's going to be more players kind of stalk blocking and running side by side rather than some of the head-on collisions that can lead to concussions. The hope is it makes it safer. It also probably is going to end up with the kickoff being more exciting with more runbacks than we're accustomed to.
There's another rule change, a helmet rule. Ian?
Yeah, basically what the league is doing is something that head of refs Al Reveron explained to us in great detail yesterday, showing us the film that the 32 head coaches have seen and are expected to continue seeing. Basically outlaws the lowering of the head, hitting with the crown of the helmet. And it doesn't actually, interestingly, have to be a helmet-on-helmet collision, although certainly there are some of them. If you use your helmet as a weapon to hit a player in a sternum, for instance, there's a famous shot of Earl Campbell. We've all seen a million times of him in the hole, lowering his head, drilling a defender in the chest. That would be a penalty now. And there's also a possibility for more ejections if it's an egregious type hit. But one thing that Riveron said, it's not going to be like an ejection fest for 2018 and 2019 going forward. The hope is that it's just 15-yard penalties and that it takes maybe a month or so and everyone kind of adjusts. But there are going to be some hits that we've become accustomed to seeing. There now are going to be called penalties with the hope that the crown of the helmet eventually is no longer used as a weapon.